everybody. This is BScat 100 here with...
Crystal Master 4, hi.
And...
Smiley.
And welcome to the definitive final episode of Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
My God, we've come so far.
Yeah, we have. Holy shit. So, last time we went through special episode 11, Fire Festival, and we found out that a fan favorite joined us in Labyrinthia.
Yes.
Edgeworth is here. Or was here. I'm not sure if he's going to appear again.
He just pieces out after. He's like, well, my work is done.
Just like those townsfolk. We never even saw them again.
Yep. And in this episode, we're going to be moving on to the epilogue. On Farewell. Farewell to Labyrinthia. We embark upon a new adventure. If you'd like what to see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if you haven't already, click that bell so you're notified of everything that I do when I do it, and share with your friends so they can join in on this adventure. Let's finish this up for good, folks.
Yes.
Well then, my boy, why don't you get some tea ready for our guests?
Right away, Professor.
Man, that was one wild and crazy ride.
Definitely. Everyone back at Labyrinthia seemed as plucky as ever. If that's what you want to call it. Well, Mr. Wright, it's all thanks to everyone's efforts. For the longest time, our town has been shrouded... Our town was shrouded behind a thick veil of secrecy. Secrecy, that's the word. But now, it's absolutely thriving. And I, too, am thriving. For the first time ever, I truly feel like myself.
I believe I speak for all of us when I say it is most reassuring to hear that, Espella.
Saying that, doesn't it feel like one heck of a long adventure?
Indeed. In fact, the development of this very game seems to have been quite the long adventure in it of himself. And I've never actually seen that, like, typed out. Has
In
been
and of
quite...
itself.
Yeah, the long adventure in and of itself.
The game's development, Professor?
Merging together two such distinct series as Professor Layton and Ace Attorney must have taken a considerable degree of thought and planning to get such a project off the ground.
Well, hey, clearly they were able to get the ball rolling pretty easily, or we wouldn't be standing here, right?
That's right! I bet it was smooth sailing getting the idea through!
Quite right, Luke. Level 5 and Capcom both certainly saw the potential success of such a combination.
Oh my God.
However, it was not quite a walk in the park to begin with. In fact, things were a bit uncomfortable at the start.
Is that right, Professor? Come to think of it, things didn't exactly hit the ground running, huh? Professor, remember when they had us stand side by side for the first time?
Indeed. I must say, there was quite a bit of incongruity between the two of us, wasn't there?
Oh, you're right. Definitely, and I'm pretty sure everyone more than noticed it too. I mean, all anyone has to do is take one good look at the two of us side by side. Our character designs are pretty different.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's true, Mr. Wright. You and Maya look more like, real than we do.
Lego versus human.
Not to mention, Nick and I were like, what, 2 or 3 hands taller than... Oh. 2 or 3 heads taller than you guys?
They're just tiny. 3 heads taller is overkill, Maya.
And that is impressive considering Layton's hat.
Yeah, right? Although Phoenix is fairly tall, like, just in general. But I never noticed any sort of strange discrepancies between you all.
Actually, we looked up Layton's height when I was making him in SoCal, right? Wasn't he like...
Yeah, Layton's really fucking tall.
5...
Thought, right?
5... I'll put it. I'll put it in. Oh, okay, or you can look at it right now. I was gonna say I'll put it in editing.
Yeah. He is 5'9".
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, he's the same height as me.
Including his hat.
He's shorter than me. Okay. Just for consistency, say the line again.
But I never noticed any sort of strange discrepancies between you all. It's the same way that Sakurai adjusts everybody's size and Smash so that, you know, Olimar isn't a fucking speck of dirt on the ground compared to everyone else.
And Sephiroth isn't towering over everybody.
Yeah. They must have gone through all sorts of adjustments before the game, right? Adjustments?
It's just an aside, but there is something rather odd that I became aware of. I felt as if I were gradually growing taller throughout the game's development.
Oh my god. Of course, you were getting more and more stylish by the day, huh, Professor? You know, I was playing the Professor's latest game just the other day. And I totally thought to myself, is the 3D getting weird, or is the Professor just looking shorter in this game?
Both. The answer was both.
But, you know, the Professor and Luke weren't the only ones that needed a little bit of adjustment.
What? Seriously?
I do believe Mr. Wright and yourself needed a bit of a height reduction for the sake of balance, Miss Faye.
Oh, man? You mean to tell me that Nick and I were both cut down to size? The developers never tell me anything.
Probably because you would blab it to everybody else.
And for good reason. It's a bit scary when you think about it. Having to get used to being changed over and over. I love insight into game development.
Yeah.
I have to say, though, the final showdown between Mr. Wright and the Professor was really impressive.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was my favorite part of the fucking game.
It was really great.
And I've said this before, I'll say it again. These games are always so much better with more people because it adds more character to the, well, characters. And that's why I very much enjoyed doing this game with you, Chris, because it was the both of us like actually going head to head with the logic.
And it will continue that way in the Professor Layton, well, in the Phoenix Wright series, but also this game again. It'll be great. And you too, Pooja. Even though you joined it at the end again.
No, it's fine. You said it. That final trial was sure something else. And Professor, you were quite the sly fox, too.
I want to keep Barnum and Layton when we do it again. That's only...
That's fine.
Yeah.
That is perfectly fine.
Excuse me, Miss Faye? A sly fox?
You know how you told us I'm off to go fetch some evidence for the trial, old bean, and just left us totally unprepared?
Try that again.
Okay. You know how you told us I'm off to go fetch some evidence for the trial, old bean, and left us to the trial totally unprepared? But then you kicked down the door of the courtroom and, like, boom! And completely took over the Inquisitor's bench. was actually hoping I could have stepped in as Inquisitor. My Lord Inquisitor Faye sentences that burger to my stomach.
And regression.
Maya, do you even listen to yourself when you speak? Like,
No.
at all?
No, I was just giving the players what they came to see, Miss Faye. Damn straight you did.
Oh my god, for a second I thought that the resolution was a little fucky, so he was just doing the cat mouth. For a split second it looked like he was doing that, because it was cut weird in the middle.
It would have been perfect for that line. I was just giving the players what they wanted, Miss Faye. Oh, I also want to keep Dark Law.
Well, yes, we know that.
Yeah.
We can talk about that later. It's planning for later.
Sorry, you brought it up, and then my mind started, like, just... Yeah, you know how it is.
We're in an episode.
I know.
Hi.
After all, Versus is in the title's...
The title's game.
After
Yes.
all, Versus is in the game's title, is it not?
That's right. Nothing says versus like a dramatic courtroom battle, eh, Professor? Don't forget about the team puzzle. It proved to be quite popular, I think.
Yeah, that was good.
You're talking about that puzzle for opening the huge door down the underground ruins, right? Yeah, that one was good. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the puzzle that Nick moaned on and on about until he ended up trial and erroring it, right?
Resisting urge to object. Hey, I'd say that sort of got a versus kind of vibe. Us versus the puzzles, right?
It would seem our dear developers had quite a few different ideas on how to implement the verses of the title.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Remember in the initial storyboard?
Yes, more.
There was even a scene where the Professor and Mr. Wright faced off against each other in a fencing match.
Oh, I would have loved to see that!
That would have been really dope.
Especially if it was
actually.
rendered in the actual, like, cutscene stuff, like...
Oh, if it was
the sword
animated, that shit would be cool.
Like the sword
Yeah.
battle that Layton did, if there was the same thing of...
Yeah, but they were just like fencing. Maya and Luke and Estella are cheering off in the background, and they're just going off at each other.
Oh. Alright.
Fencing? Oh yeah, I totally saw that too.
I have to admit, I was pretty surprised to see that on the storyboard. I mean, pointing my finger at people is one thing, but a sword? That's a whole other ball game. No, it's a sword game. It's a rapier game.
It didn't make it into the final game at the end, though, didn't it?
No, but we had that epic sword fight.
No, unfortunately not, Luke.
Yeah, but at least we'll have the memories. And the professor got to hack and slash those huge walking tin cans that the storyteller called knights.
Again, I almost saw the cat face appear again. Fucking resolution.
That, I assure you, was a special case, Miss Faye.
By the way, I gotta say, Maya, you surprised me.
I did?
You're not usually the kind of person that literally leaps into action like you did when you saved Estella back in court. We're literally just reminiscing over the best parts of the game.
I'm fine with this.
But you're definitely the kind of person that would get trapped in a steel cage of death and dropped into a raging pit of fire.
Well, yeah, hold it. What? Oh, wait, no, read that wrong. Well, yeah, hold it. What do you mean I don't leap into action? I can leap. Who said I can't?
I did, just now, at you.
At any rate,
Anyway,
there are a number of fun and interesting ways for the developers to play on the versus theme of the game. No. Go away.
I said it.
Alyssa,
But
go
honestly,
away. Alyssa, please.
yeah, I saw that. It's fine. But
Whoops.
honestly, it sounds like making this game was really tough.
Speaking of which, know what else was tough? The developers' offices. I bet they had more than a share of disagreements.
Yeah, this is just a rumor, but I heard development on this game was so ridiculously tense, the developers ended up fighting like one of those versus games.
That makes sense.
Mm.
So much for cooperation.
Listen, cooperation, even in the best intentions, can wind up with a lot of disagreements. We've had our fair share of those ourselves.
I say, totally not hitting you right now with the hunting horn.
See, I'm not the one you have to worry about with hitting the hunting horn.
No, I have to worry about literally everybody. Apparently.
Mind you, that said, all of us have been able to get along quite amicably. I hate that word. Get along quite amicably, despite coming from two different games. On the other hand, developers seem to use this opportunity to develop, let's say, a strong rivalry with one another.
Yeah, that's right. Couldn't have said it better myself, Professor. Both were in versus spirits, after all.
Indeed. But the contesting as fierce rivals are helping one another. It was all in the versus spirit. But the important thing is that everyone did their utmost, whether friendly or competitive.
Hey, Nick, if someone were crazy enough to put you in a fight against someone, what would be your finishing catchphrase?
I hope your mind went to the exact same thing I did.
Yeah, I think.
Please.
Well, I'd have to go with something like, "It's time to pay for your crimes!"
No, go through the whole thing, Phoenix, come on. No alibi, no evidence, no justice. I actually don't know what the whole thing is, but... And I would love to do that, but I'm sure that's a little bit of copyright fodder, so I'm not going to even try.
Probably.
While the methods and thinking may differ, the end goal is the same. Both paths will lead us to the right answer. That's right. I speak of puzzle solving.
Of course you do.
Puzzles, Professor? Alright, I think I get what you're saying. I mean, the way the trials go are kind of like puzzles.
Yeah.
Or logic puzzles instead of actual puzzles.
Yep. Well then. It appears our time together is coming to an end.
Oh, is it? Cool, that was fast, wasn't it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Are you ready, Mr. Wright?
Absolutely, Professor.
Let us combine our efforts one last time. And put this one final puzzle to rest.
Fingers!
Ooh.
The eccentric tailor 2.
A customer wishes to have their fabric design filled with color. Use the magical stamp to fulfill the customer's request in the design. Stepping a previously colored area will cause that colored area to disappear. Slide the stamp around with the stylus and touch the touchscreen to stamp. Use the touchscreen to guide you. Oh, I see. It's one. Okay, yeah, it's this one.
Mm-hmm. It's one of these kinds of puzzles. Color in the holes, but nothing else.
Tap. Yeah. Okay.
And again, remember, you can always use the hints because they mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
These.
Nope.
Yeah, I think you're kind of inversed right now.
I'm something.
Because the line's gotta go up from there.
It's very difficult to I'm having trouble. The dissociation between the top screen and the bottom screen is fucking me up.
Right.
By stamping the bottom 3 squares, and move up the 2 outmost squares onto far left and right, and stamp those. So where the pattern doesn't match the picture yet. Wait, bottom 3 squares? Oh,
yeah.
Those. Okay.
Yeah, essentially stamp those, and then whatever the 2 columns to the left and right, stamp those as well.
I see. All right.
It kind of looks like a happy face.
Yee.
Yee.
No, excuse me. That's what I wanted to do. I'm fucking it up. Now move 1 space diagonally down and inward from where you left off and stamp. What?
So you ended on the left. You ended on the left side, so diagonally down to the right. Essentially.
So I left off here.
Mm-hmm.
So
down 1 and to the right.
Okay. And then same thing on this side, down 1 and to the right.
Is that what they said?
Seems like.
Go back to the hint. I didn't read the
So it says mirror the stamp on the other side.
And you will have completed the 2nd row.
You stamp twice to clear any unnecessary squares, leaving the bottom 2 rows and 2 outermost squares on each side done. I am confusion. Oh wait, do that and then this? No.
I think we got confused, maybe? Yeah, try that again from the beginning, because they looked fine from there. Maybe we were supposed to go up 1?
Maybe.
Well, yeah, make the lines
crap.
first, and then... No, that's good. Do what you did before, because that was where the lines connected. Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the corners.
I'm getting frustrated, not because this is hard, but because I'm forgetting. Okay. That. Move up the 2 most outer squares. There's a 3 down there. And then this.
Mm-hmm.
And then this. No.
Yeah, no, yes. That was right. You were right the first time.
No, I'm just reversing it and then doing this. It keeps shifting. I'm very upset.
It does.
Okay. That's there. There.
Yes.
Okay. I left off here.
Hmm. This is down.
Move one space diagonally down and inwards. Diagonally down and inward?
I almost want to say that should be outward. Because, like, those are... Unless... Oh, wait. Maybe it's trying to, get all the excess out of there? So, like, you go down and inward to... Because at the end of the day, we need to get those corners gone, right? So maybe it's trying to do that.
So do this.
And then mirror the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. And now what's the third hint? If we're going by this.
Focus attention on the top half of the scale. Or stamp the top three. The top left squares. Move on to the right and stamp again. Move one to the right and stamp again. It's the same process to the other side, only in reverse. Why is this so difficult?
So,
So it's this.
One over to the left. Left. Yeah. That's where it matches on the scale. So.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, then go up one more. Because we gotta get the top left.
One,
So
two.
up.
1, 2, and over 1. If I stamp here, the 3 squares. See there, because there's a square in the corner here.
Yeah, but they want the top left squares, so I assume the very top 3 squares on the very top left.
And
Which
that's
is like near the top.
these 2 left squares, right? Right?
No, the top of the scale.
No, I'm trying to tell you what my logic is. These 2
Okay.
left squares, right?
Right.
And then on the bottom grid, it's the start of the top 3 is up 2 and over 1.
No, it's not. Cause look at this. Look at the shape. Look at the shape and look at the grid and try to match that up together.
You know what's
I'm saying
you know what the problem is?
What?
The side squares are off. They're off by 1.
Huh. Well, yeah. No, we know that. Are you talking about the squares that are on the picture right now? Yeah, they are one off. But like I'm looking at the grid that's at the bottom screen and trying to match that. Currently, cuz like we'll get back to this. Yeah, I think the hints are definitely going to be helpful in this cuz this puzzle sucks.
That's an understatement. So do that. And then bang and bang. Okay. One space diagonally down and inwards from where you left off. I will follow it to the letter.
Mm-hmm.
One space down and inward from where you left off and stamp. And then do the same thing here and stamp. where we left off before. Use the stamp twice to clear unnecessary squares, leaving the bottom 2 rows and the 2 outermost squares on each side done. I'm legitimately confused. And even the hints aren't helping. I think for the sake of time, I'm going to look it up.
I'm already doing that.
Okay.
It's still fairly
Complex.
Oh, it's just making a circle. Okay. All right.
Reset.
Yeah, reset.
Okay. Go. Tell me.
Okay, so all right, we're gonna go by Virtue's Last Reward rules. So, grid far left up. Move. Oh, jeez. Move right 2.
Okay.
And then 1 down. And it's stamp.
Okay.
Okay, and then move 1 to the right and stamp. And now move over 2, I believe.
Okay.
Move over 1 more. Stamp. Move back left 1 and then stamp. All right, now
Okay.
2 down. Over 2 and then stamp.
Okay.
Sorry, unstamp. I meant over to the right. Or yeah, to the right. Yep.
Okay.
And then stamp the mirror the stamp side on the other side. And then do the beginning first fucking hint. So stamp the very bottom, and then stamp the 2 sides. The corners.
Okay.
And then stamp out the inner corners. So move 1 up and then over to the right.
Stamp.
Stamp that out. And then go over 3. Yeah, right. Sorry, go left 1. Stamp that out. Move 1 over left. Go up 1 and then stamp. And it should be done.
Okay. I don't know why that seemed overly complicated.
It did.
No objections.
Also, sorry, Pooja. I know this is taking a lot
No, it's
longer.
alright.
Alright.
It's alright.
Wonderful. That was quite the lovely design. You will never have to make it again. Until we do it again. In which case, Chris is probably going to have to walk through anyway, so...
Yep.
The customer sure is
Let's
pleased. Great!
I'm glad they
Customer can go
are.
fuck themselves. I speak to this from various levels. Adventures filled with mysteries and excitement will always be around. You never know where they may take you. I am sure our paths will cross again, Mr. Wright. You would be wrong, Layton, but sure.
I wish they did. If you know.
I mean, we never know. They could drop another.
This
at
is
any
auto-scrolling.
Oh shit.
I guess this is farewell.
Farewell.
Yeah.
You two will be sure to come and visit us, won't you?
I'm here now. Duh! Of course we will. You take care of yourself, Espella. Don't go near any bells or towers. We want to be able to see you again, you know?
I can't wait, Maya.
I can wait.
I can. Oh, yes.
Oh, don't turn towards the camera.
And thank you to viewers like you.
We can't forget to thank you all for playing our game. You have our utmost gratitude. It was thanks to you that true peace has come to our town. Even if it's just a fleeting visit, please do come back and see us in Labyrinthia.
What Espella is trying to say is, don't be a stranger and definitely come back to see us all.
I know I'll be giving the game another go very, very soon.
Oh my god.
Well, at any rate, this final special episode seems to have come to a close. I'm going to say this: Chris, Phoenix, me, Layton, you, Maya, Pooja. Just remember that.
You stuck it out with us through it all. Thank you all for your support. I'm sure we're bound to meet again soon.
Remember, our adventures aren't over yet.
I hope you all had as much fun as we did. From everyone in the Layton and Ace Attorney universe. See you later.
The end.
Question mark?
Alrighty, so yeah, so hopefully I'll have edited that to actually sound good. Oh, I guess she just left.
Oh, she actually left.
Alright, well, that wasn't the intention, but that's fair. We did take a while. Well, this was quite the venture.
God, yeah, it was.
It took a while.
I still like this game a lot. Like it has its dumb, but a lot of Ace Attorneys have their dumb, but it was still really, really good. And it was so good to just reminisce over the past with this game and just God, rip level 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, I remember how much. I mean, there were some frustrating moments, but I do remember how much fun we had with this series. Considering the first few episodes were recorded in your dorm when you were still in college. But yeah, no, it was really nice to come back to this, and I was completely overthinking like how terrible this would go, frankly. But you know, and also there's the disconnect between bonus episode 2 and bonus episode 3 of however much time. But no, this was really fun, and I'm really glad that we got to go back and just like see the characters and what became of them. That is closure that you don't get in most games, and this is something that I absolutely appreciate. Like, in some of my favorite games, they're just like, okay, they go off towards the sunset to new horizons. We don't hear about what happens next. So, I wish more games did this, frankly. I really do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was fun. But, Chris, you have any lingering thoughts?
Again, outside of RIP level 5, as they were absolved, at least the American company was absolved because of the lovely pandemic and low sales all across the board. So who knows if we'll ever get another Professor Layton game across the fucking ocean, at least localized properly. But
what was that recent
God.
game with what, his daughter or whatever it
yeah,
is?
Catriel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a shame, but like, God, there's so many. Like, this was one of the few. This was like the second game in the 3D quote unquote like Phoenix Wright games that I played, and God, like, it left such an impression on me back then, and I'm so glad that I was able to fucking re-experience a lot of this shit, because again, it's been a while since I played it, so a lot of this stuff, it was almost like a fresh pair of eyes watching the game again.
Yeah.
Which is always good for Ace Attorney, especially when I've beaten Dual Destinies like 5 times.
And again, it was something special because I played this on my own first a while back, and I loved it. Even like I was very hesitant because obviously Layton and puzzles, but like they were puzzles that were dumbed down for the audience of the crossover.
There were puzzles on both sides that were dumbed down.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, from what I remember reviews coming out of this game, a lot of people noted that like the Professor Layton puzzles were stupid easy, and the Phoenix Wright logic puzzles were also stupid easy, for both essentially catering to newcomers of both audiences coming together.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for someone who's a fan of both will likely feel like, man, this isn't a challenge. This is all really easy, except for some of them. But like,
well, that's part of the reason why the extra story puzzles were so good, because they were up to more of the challenge of what was expected of the Professor Layton puzzles.
Yes.
And
again, this is literally just a Professor Layton game skinned. A Phoenix Wright game skinned over an Professor Layton game.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, I was a big fan of the whole like medieval witchcraft type of scenario. I think that this was a really cool setting that they did this in.
And we'll never do again.
But like, as I said, I had played this long ago, and us finally getting to do it, like as you know, as a duo turned trio towards the end, like it definitely made this experience a lot more than it would have been if I just played it on my own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, we're gonna have a completely different set of eyes sometime down the line, and we'll see how that goes as well. But
I can guarantee PJ is going to find the twist to be fucking stupid.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, no, this is a great game.
It's a great game.
I honestly wish not, and this is just wishful thinking, obviously, but like if this just ended up getting repackaged entirely, they were somehow able to like if somehow Capcom was able to resurrect this game from the fucking depths and just re-release it to everybody on modern consoles like they did with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Like, so many more people. I can almost guarantee there will be new fans of either series with this. Because crossovers like this are fucking fantastic. Yep. Especially when the head Ace Attorney writer was the main writer for him. Shu Takumi's fucking great.
I think it's very interesting that we wound up coming back to this game towards, I'm not going to say the end of the pandemic, but you know, when we were kind of recovering from the pandemic, kind of given a little bit more light, even if not a lot of eyes see this particular playthrough, a playthrough of this like extra content to give one last kind of light towards level 5 games, especially considering what happened.
Oh, absolutely.
But hey, we finally got it done. It took 3 years, but we finally got it done.
Finally finished it. We fucking finished it, Rob. We finished a series. We finished it.
We did. We did finish it. That's something that we can finally check off our list. And now we have to even the score on your end at some point.
Oh god, yeah.
That is a long score though. Especially if you're planning on doing the other one as well. but that's a whole
Yeah,
different
but-
conversation for another day.
Yeah, and I need a new capture 3DS,
Mm.
and that's gonna be fun.
But you know, forgive our long-winded reminiscings there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be it for Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. This is officially the end of the series, and what's going to happen next in terms of video series? Well, I have Chris Tales going on. Of course, by the time this comes out, that's probably been going on for a few months. I guess we're just gonna have to see what comes out.
I guess.
And
Stay tuned for Still Not Persona 4 Golden.
yeah, well, we have plans for that.
I know,
Um,
but my point still stands. Is
No,
that
you're
it
right.
is still a true statement.
that is true. That's another thing that needs to get finished. But just keep an eye around the channels. We're sure to have some sort of content by the time this comes out.
Hopefully.
Thank you from myself. I will speak for Pooja in this case, and
Thank you for me.
Definitely continue to support our channels. We love doing this, and we hope to hear from you guys soon. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in another series. So long, everybody.
Thank you and good night.
Objection!